Everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do some Inkylicious today. I haven't done it for ages. So I've got one of the stamps for this particular card called Wild Grasses stamp, and I'm going to do a background with a moon, and I'm going to then stamp over the top as a silhouette. So I want to get my piece of what do I call it? My sticky notes. Just put that pin flare out the way. So to make the moon, what I'm going to do is, hopefully it'll work. I mean, you could do this lots of different ways, but to make my moon, I might have to do it in a couple of pieces because, excuse me, it's quite thin. So I want to try and get the sticky bit because I want it to stick to my paper. So, or my card, I should even say, if I can get this to, I'm trying to put it in the wrong place, that's why. Get that to try and just, not sure if that will go through. Oh, I think it has. Well, that's good. And it's at the sticky bit. So obviously you could use masking tape or whatever you fancy, but I've got 3 of these now, so I only need 1. So I've got 2 bits of Pink Frog Super Smooth blending card, and I think I'll put the moon, put the moon in the middle, more in the middle, like that. So I haven't actually used this stamp, but it's like wild grasses. Some are small, the grass there, and then some are taller. So I've got my Inkylicious blending brushes, because I like to try and keep them separate from a lot of the brushes that I have. And I've got a few inks. I've got this Della Blue from Lavinia. I've got this, also this Mermaid from Lavinia. And I also want to add into the mix, if I can get to it, some, where is it? There's lemonade, squeezed lemonade even. Can't think of the word. Should be here on my, oh here it is, it's hiding right in the corner. Squeezed lemonade, Distress Oxide. So I'm going to start with this mermaid one, and I think I've used this on one of the brushes before, so, well, similar colour. So let's just start with that at the kind of bottom here. Just getting a bit on, starting with circular motions. Just going over it till I'm quite happy with what I've got. I may turn it round because I find it easier to do it like that. So, oh, and I've went and got, doesn't matter because that'll be getting covered anyway. And then I'm just going to blend that out near that moon. So hopefully that didn't go over it. No. So what I'm going to actually do is turn that round because it's not quite in the right place there. Still not quite. Hopefully that's right, so that I can just kind of blend that across without the flap, bit flapping, if you see what I mean. Like that. I may go in a bit more down the bottom. Like that. There we go. So that's that. So I now want to use some squeezed lemonade. And I've got my brush which has got yellow on it, so I think that's probably squeezed lemonade or mustard seed. So I'm just going to go in here a little bit and just kind of go round that moon, and then just another little bit here. I don't want it to be too in your face, if you see what I mean. I'm just going to blend that a bit that way, and then I am going to take it back down to the bottom, and this will create a bit of green on the bottom, like that. Really, let's just hold that there. That will create a shade of green on the bottom there. Okay, and we'll just go over it again with some of this yellow, like that. Right, and then I'm going to make the sky very dark with this Elements one, so I should have a brush, hopefully. If not, I have got other brushes that I can use. These ones here, which I got from, I think they're just from Amazon. So this is a really dark blue. So just bringing that in. Hold that down a bit as well. I'm just going to go over the yellow a bit more, just to kind of blend that in. Oh, really didn't want that bit, that big brush bit there. Let's see, I've got another brush here, this might be better, actually. What I'll do is I'll turn that sticky bit round to that end at the minute while I just do this. Just want to try and put as much of this on as I can, because I wanted to make it really quite dark in colour. But we have to use something else as well, just to darken that a bit. And I may just go down here, just put, I'm going to turn that round because that will be a sticky bit. So the reason I'm turning it round is because the sticky bit obviously sticks down better than it does with the free piece going free. So you see what I mean? So it doesn't move. So, right, so let's actually put a wee bit more yellow around there. So I'm going to use the brush I've got in here, because I don't want this Inkylicious brush to become contaminated with any other colour really. So just doing that there. And then I might just use what's on my brush just to make that sort of more prominent, that green colour. Right, so we can take that off now. We've got our little bit of the moon. I'm just going to go over that slightly just to take away the pure whiteness of it and a wee bit of the blue as well. That just kind of makes it less white. So that's fine. So pop these back and then we can do our stamping. So let's, here we go. So let's just get our stamp out. So these, I've had these for a wee while and I haven't actually used them. So I'm just looking for my big stamp, a big one where it is. So these are the grasses, and I thought I would come in from the edge first and then make it kind of just match it up. So if I pop that there and I get this big block off, there we go. So if I just pick that up now, and I'm going to use, oh, I've got something on that. I'm going to use the VersaFine Black Onyx. Probably didn't need to do the whole thing because you know I'm going to be, but I'm going to just pop something under it. I know I'm on a glass mat, but I'm just going to pop this under because it can go into that purple bit. So just getting that in place, and then I'm just going to just pop it on there. I probably could have put my stamping mat underneath. So that's one bit. So I mean that's even gorgeous just with that. So let's just get this. This is just an old sort of planner that I've got, and it's quite good just for stamping onto. So I wouldn't need that. It can go out in the bin. So let's just make the extra part. So the next part is going to be up to about there. So let's just do that. And we're just going to join it on to there, like that. Oh, there's a wee bit there. That's okay. So you can see how nice that turns out, like that. It's very bright. Can just actually pull some of that back though. I'm just getting rid of the black ink off my stamp, so I can pull some of the colour back with some water. So I can do a few wee taps with this, and this also will give some extra texture to the background as well, like that. And then I can get a piece of paper or something, or this actually, this old messy horrible thing, and there you go. So that pulls back that colour and gives you that lovely look. So let's just pop, I just want to pop a little bit of black ink on the bottom here, and that will just cover that bit of mist. So I'm just using a hoo-hoo marker just to do that there, and that should just cover that up like that nicely. And then what I want to do next is just add, now what other, I'm trying to think, I've got some other little bits and pieces I can add. My Inkylicious box. I've got these nice vines, which I think I might add. These are very, very old. I've had these for a long time. As you can see, the packet's a bit messy. Anyway, I've got this vine, so I'll just pop it into this long piece. Hopefully it'll stick. Should stick. So I won't be using the whole thing. So I'm going to just use the same VersaFine. Oh, I think that's another bit of stamp. See what I mean? So I only want a little bit of it. I'm hoping it's going to stay on. So there we go. So that then just changes it. Before it looked a lot more open, I would say, but now that can kind of change it to as if you're looking out from somewhere else. Let's just put this tiddler on here. They've kind of lost their stickiness because they're so old. I mean, I've probably had them since I did my first class in card making, which was a long time ago. So yeah, you can create this nice little scene, and you can add that on to the other one so it looks like it's longer or not. That one's probably the better one to kind of use. So there I missed, so I can easily just go back over there and it looks like it's belonging to that one, and then bring this one over as if it's all part of that, and then just, so yeah, I do love doing this kind of stamping. I find it very, very therapeutic indeed. So that's enough, I think. So that kind of just makes a slightly different look for that. So let's just put this onto a base cord. I think I've still got, I should have had some of them out, but I didn't. I should still have some. I need to get new card bases. Usually I just make them myself, but I have had a few of these ones from Hobbycraft. So that's just nice on a card, just like that. Just makes a nice design, just like that. So I could cut it down and back it with something else. I'm just going to pop on like this, and this is done really quickly. It's very therapeutic indeed. And you can just create lots of different things with even not necessarily Inkylicious stamps, but they are very nice. You can create lots of different, yes, lots of different scenes. So that's that one done. And I can put on something, I can always put on something, as I say later. I could pop on, there are some little, if I can find them, should have had them looked out perhaps. What's on this one? There's some little, probably wouldn't, that wouldn't fit. Let me just see, bear with me as I just have a look, because there is lots of smaller ones as well. So let's see, got a couple of smaller ones. What I was actually looking for was some birds in the background. I mean, I could, so I'm just bringing my stamps back in to have a look to see what I've got I could use. I'm going to use that on the next one. I don't think we, let's see, can't find the thing I'm thinking of. I think perhaps, oh, there is some in here actually. Let's use these. So these are the dinkiest of little, like, probably fireflies. So this is this one, which is Poppy Lee, and it's got some wee tiny firefly type, or dragonflies, whatever you want to see. That one's not sticking either. Right, where's the black? So just put, they are so tiny. Let's just put a couple just over the moon like that, so you can just see them, and then another few just kind of there. That's fine. I think that's all it needs. Yes, I don't want to put too much more on it. So that's card number 1. Hope you like it. So card number 2, I've got this piece of, now I have this piece, where is it? It's hiding at this side. Here it is. So I've got this piece of, I think this is 4.5 by 6.5. And I thought I would do a similar thing. Just create a scene. So put this over to the side so we'll see. Don't want things to get too lost. Right, that can go over there for a minute. Right, I've got another moon. So this one's covered in it already, but I'll be covering it up. So I'm thinking actually I might have a much bigger moon. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the the thing. Now, wonder if I can do this with another couple of these. So same thing, pop it in. You can always cut it out with a die if you wanted to anyway. I don't know if this is going to actually go with it. That's amazing, it actually worked, because sometimes it doesn't, when it's flimsy paper like that, it doesn't always do it. So that's fine. So actually that one's probably a bit better. So I'm going to put that roughly in the middle. Oh, didn't stick. Does it not get sticky? Oh, that's not got sticky on it. Oh dear. Right, do that again. I could just do masking tape, but I haven't got any. I wouldn't. Right, let's just do it there. Come on. Ouch. Oh, that was sore. I caught my finger in there. Oh, I dare say I'll live. Right, pop that back. And yeah, we've got a bit here, so that's fine. That's fine. Right. So, actually I might do it this way. So I'm just going to pop that roughly there. Okay. And I'm going to do slightly different colours this time. So I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do purple. So I'm going to do wilted violet on the bottom. I'm actually going to copy the packaging. So purple, blue, a blue of sorts, a lighter type blue probably. Let me see. Use blue. I could use Salvage Patina, and then a sort of squeeze lemonade colour, I think. Not use these other ones. Right, so, and then I'm going to stamp with that stamp as well. So let's just start with the wilted violet. So I've got purple. Yep, this is a purple one. So I'm going to start at the bottom with the wilted violet. I actually think some of these are needing re-inked because some of them are a bit dry. I have had some of them for quite a while. I don't know. So that's fine. So we're going to add in the Salvage Patina now, which is going to be, not that one, I think, well, this one I think maybe. So I'm just going to pop that over the top there. Do like that colour, so pretty. And I'm just blending that into the wilted violet as well. Get quite a nice blend in there, like that. And then I'm going to put, I might put a little bit more actually of this Savage Patina, because on the packaging it comes up a wee bit higher and I was trying to mimic that a wee bit. So I'll put a wee bit more on up there. And I'm just holding that down so it doesn't move as well. Like that. That's looking all good. And then I'll just get my squeezed lemonade again. There is a kind of greeny tinge to it as well, but I'll turn it round now. Do you get the greeny tinge when you mix it with the blue, of course. So that's fine, that's looking all good. Now, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go round this with a little bit of the yellow because I don't want it to look so bright that, you know, and a wee bit of the blue as well. Right, so pop that away. I'm probably still going to need to use that for when I stamp, because I'm going to stamp over the image. But before I do that, I'm going to do a bit more of the water again, because I want to get that effect of the rain, not the rain, but the drops in the background. And because these are water reactive, it's going to do that. So that's fine. And then I'm just going to take it off with this messy old cloth. And there we go, we've got our droplets like that. Right, so we're going to get this stamp again onto a big block, because it's quite a big stamp. Not as big as probably some, but it's quite big, and it's nice just to have them onto a bigger block. I do like this block that I bought. So this is some trees. So there's 4 trees in this. So I'm just going to lay it down where I want it to sit. So it's going to sit kind of, excuse me, just there. And then I'm going to pick that up like that. And then get my VersaFine Onyx Black. The reason I use this one, you could use Memento Tuxedo Black, but the reason I tend to use this is because this one tends to dry fast. So now there's a bit there that's, I suppose what I could have done was used the stamp wheel. Oh, sorry, I've bashed the camera with my head. But I've not done that, so I'm just going to do this. So I'm thinking slightly further up, surely. Actually, I do need to take that off, don't I? Now I've just made a bit of a hash of that, haven't I? Don't know why I was thinking I needed to keep that on. So I'm just getting, I've got this pressure tool here, and that'll just help. And because I've got the wad of paper underneath, that should all work. Let's just take it off and see. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's lovely. May I say so myself? So, I mean, I could go in and pop a bit each side, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm quite happy with that. It is very bright, I know, but that's okay. Quite happy to have that like that. And then I've got these little fireflies, or whatever they are. Oh, I thought I might use them, but they're not sticking very well to the pad. I might use some here, just on there, just to add a wee bit more interest. Usually nice to have about 3 of them, isn't it? So let's just put one up there as well, so it's quite nice. And I'm wondering actually if I could use might use this. This is an twiggy branch. I'm thinking I could maybe use that on the bottom of this. Just like wee twigs kind of coming up on the bottom. So let's just get, oh, not that one. Just get the other one of these. And I'm going to still keep it black in silhouette style. So actually that bit needs to just come across very slightly. That's better. And then I'm just going to, probably don't need to do the whole thing, but so I'm just going to bring, just to kind of create a bit more interest in the foreground. There we go. So there is that. So I can always just even go over again, just in these spaces to fill that in a bit. Pop that up the side even as well. And that just gives the foreground a wee bit more of interest. Right. And then all I'm going to do is add that onto a card base as well. So I'm going to take this away because I don't need that anymore. And I've got a 7x5 card base, I think, left. Hopefully, she says. Perhaps I do. Is that an envelope? I'm not sure if I do actually. Oh, I do. I do. Just didn't want to come out there. Here we go. So that should just fit on here like that. Yes, it's a wee bit big. Might have to just chop this slightly with my trimmer, and then yep, just a tad, because it was a wee bit too. I just went and put my fingers all over it now. Oh dear. So yeah, so let's just pop that one on. What did I do with the other one? I've lost it. That's ridiculous. Oh dear. I've not lost it. I've just misplaced it. Let's pop this on. So yeah, that is very, very, very colourful. But you know, I could have toned that down so much more just by putting a little bit of colour on it. But it's quite nice. It makes you happy to have sometimes vibrant colours on things, doesn't it? So that will just go on to there, like that. And I could jazz that up by adding wee bits of, what do you call it? Bits of like glossy accents, or what else? Just things like, where's the card I made? That's ridiculous. Close my desk is a mess now, you see. Oh, there it is. Found it. Yeah, you could add sort of, you know, different bits to it to finish it off. So anyway, thanks for joining me. And maybe you'll be inspired to do something similar. And please do check out my social media pages. I'll leave the links in down below. And also check out Inkylicious, just for a look, because they have some fabulous stamps. And thanks so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.